Hi, hello, namaste, how are you all? How is the energy? Great, medium, little low, whatever is the case. So we'll definitely boost your energy to a next higher level. Okay, before we begin, we continue with the session. So we'll just repeat some quotes. So I think definitely we need to have some like confidence, and then we'll continue with the session. So I love myself. I'm proud of myself. I believe in myself. So just not listening, I want you to repeat along with me now. I love myself. I'm proud of myself. I believe in myself. Nothing wrong with me. I'm learning and evolving. Nothing wrong with me. I'm learning and evolving, isn't it? So let's start now. So we'll be discussing the first PUC Computer Science Model Question Paper 1. So exactly the entire solution for this model question paper we'll be discussing. So you will not have any kind of doubt when you try to solve this particular question paper. Okay, let's start. The very first question, of course, the flows goes like that only, MCQs. And we have 1 marker, 2 marker, and then 3 marker, and then 5 markers. Clear? So what is the first question? Select the correct answer from the choices. Definitely it is going to be the MCQs. So multiple choice question. What is the question? The brain of the computer. It's pretty simple. What is the brain of the computer? CPU is going to be considered as the brain of the computer. Okay. And the next question is correct expansion form of RAM. What is the correct expansion of RAM? RAM is random access memory. What is the form of RAM? RAM is random access memory, not the other one, read access memory. It's going to be random access memory. Wherever the memory is stored, okay, you will be able to access it. That means you need not have to access the memory in a sequential way. Okay, not one after the other, not in series. So wherever the memory, wherever the data is stored in the memory, you will be able to access in a random way. That's why the name is random access memory. Okay, and after that we'll go for the next question. Base of the hexadecimal number system. Very simple, we have a binary number system. Okay, the base is going to be 2. Octal number system, it's going to be 8. And we have hexadecimal number system, that's going to be 16. Right, decimal number system, so you know, right, it's 10. So hexadecimal number system is what? It's going to be 16. Okay, we'll go with the next question now. What's the next question? Spell checking feature is an example of. Spell checking is an example for what? Natural language processing. Okay, it's all part of artificial intelligence only. Specifically, you have to say with natural language processing. Okay, natural language processing. Okay, we'll go with the next question. Process of identifying a problem, developing an algorithm for that, and then implementing the algorithm using any of the coding languages. Okay, what is it? Developing, the process of identifying a problem, and then you need to develop an algorithm for that, and finally implementing the algorithm with the help of the code, right? That's called, the entire process called what? Problem solution. Athwa, problem solving. I think we have this question, right? The stages of problem solving includes everything. So they've included that also. So the problem definition is there, and then we have algorithm part is there, analysis is there, and then of course into a computer program is going to be coding. Everything is mixed. Definitely it's a problem solving. Okay, we'll go with the next question. Visual representation of an algorithm is. Visual representation of an algorithm is called flowchart. Visual representation of an algorithm is called flowchart. Okay, the next question is, which operator is used to comment a line in a Python program? So hope, what is a comment here? Comment are non-executable statements. That will never execute. Non-executable statements. Why is it there? Just as an explanatory note. Okay, to indicate what exactly the program is doing. So it will give you, it acts as a remark. Clear? So this is the symbol that is used for a comment. Clear? Single line comment, especially. Okay, we'll go with the next question. The explicit conversion is also called as. The explicit conversion is also called as typecasting. And why not others? See, implicit conversion and coercion is going to be same. Okay, it is the other name, coercion, and then implicit conversion is the same. Under type conversion, we have implicit and explicit. It's the basic heading under which we have two. So they've asked you, the explicit conversion is also called as typecasting. You should not get confused. Type conversion is different, typecasting is different. Clear? Next question. Statement used to terminate the current loop. The statement that is used to terminate a current loop. So we have a loop. For example, I'll just consider a loop here for I in range, in 5. Okay, so for example, if I equal to 2, break. So that means what happens here, whenever the value of I becomes 2, the loop will not continue. Usually what we will do, otherwise we're going to print all the values of I. That means what? I'm going to print the values as 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, sorry, 5 will not come. Excluding that, right? Okay, that will be excluding. So what are the values? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 will come. Now the condition is I equal to 2. I have to break, terminating the loop. Okay, so we have to exclude this. It will just break out of the statement. Output is only this much. Clear? So it's very simple. Terminating the loop is break. Okay, we'll go for the next. Next is what? Which of the following is a mathematical function in Python? Mathematical function is very simple. Let's consider an input function. It's going to take everything. It's going to be in, float, char, and then it can be a list, whatever it is, right? List comprehension also, in one line only you're going to get it. Then we have a print function, and then we have a len function. Len function, of course, it comes for dictionary also, tuple also, everything. And we have a function called max function. Okay, len function, which is just like this, len function, and we have a function called max. Okay, so it's wrongly printed here. I just want you to make some little correction here. So what is this max? Max is basically a function. It's a mathematical function. Remember, students, it's definitely a mathematical function, but it does not need a math module as such. You don't need a math module to use this. It's a mathematical function that does not use a math module. You have to call, how will you call? I'll call like this, max. Max of 1, 2, 3, I'll get 3. I'll call like that. Just calling the function without using a math module, right? So we'll go with the next question. Next question is going to be 11th question. Just a minute. Okay, it's 11th question. Concatenation of strings. Concatenation of string is what? So let's consider I love. I just told whatever I told you, I'm just repeating that. So I love is there as one statement, and we have myself is there. This is in another statement. I have a string and another string. I'm joining the strings. You know what is this joining of strings called? That's called concatenation. What is concatenation? Joining of two strings. Joining of two strings, but you should remember that you will not have any space. That means how will I get? I have not given any space here also. I have not given space. So I love myself. Okay, so this is how the output. Concatenation means joining of two strings. Joining of two strings. Okay, we'll go for the next question. Dash creates an empty list if no arguments is passed. Very simple. What is the question? The question is going to be like this. List of. So what exactly it is going to give you? Okay, so empty list. It should create an empty list. Empty list means what? It should be like this, right? Okay, empty list, usually how do we create it? I'm going to create like this. Sorry, L is equals to, this is how we create an empty list. If I have to create an empty list apart from this, that means I can just use this list of function. So this is going to create an empty list. That means there are no elements, you can append it. That means this is for appending the elements, adding the elements. Right, we'll go with the next question. The next question is what? Which of the following is not a method with respect to the dictionaries? Which of the following is not a method with respect to the dictionaries? So in dictionary there are so many methods. So out of these, which are the methods given? Len is definitely there. Okay, then we have dictionary, dict, okay, it's dictionary. Similarly, list we have no, similarly we have a list, we have a tuple, we have a dictionary, right? So here also it's an empty dictionary. Means what? Like this. Okay, then we have a keys. Keys means what? It is going to give you a list of keys. Okay, it's going to give you a list of keys. How do you call keys? It's going to be like this. That means dictionary name, dictionary dot keys. Okay, this is how we call the function. Ma'am, D is not there, how to call? It's a method is the key here. Dictionary is the D here and key is the method. So which method? Keys is the method and index. There is no anything such as indexing. It's not a sequence. Dictionary is not a sequence, so it's definitely going to be an unordered data type and it's not a sequence. Remember that, it's a mapping, it comes in the mapping. Well, go for the next question. Which among the following is the correct statement to retrieve elements from index 2 to index 2 to 6 from a tuple? That means what? I've just taken a tuple here. Okay, 1, 2, okay, we'll take this. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, I'll take it, and 80 also will take. What is this? What is this? Ma'am, you can call it as a tuple, you can call it as a list. The way I have written, it is making you confused. So I'll just ensure I'll erase it and make it more clear to you. So just give me a moment. Is it okay? This is also what? This is an example for tuple. A tuple, you need not have to explicitly write a parenthesis. This is also a tuple. Let me make it more explicitly now. So this is an example for tuple. Let's write the index. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. What they're telling? They're telling which among the following is the correct statement to retrieve the elements from the index 2 to 6. I have to extract this now. I have to extract, that means to say that I should include this, not this. Only till 6 now, then 2 to 6. Definitely wrong. Remember, this top value excludes that value. It will exclude that value. So the answer is tuple of 2 colon 7. Tuple of 2 colon 7 is going to give you what? It's going to give you the numbers between 30 to 70. Remember, this is going to be a slicing, extracting a tuple or a list, or it can be a string from the original string, is called as a slicing. Which of the following is a social media platform? I think everyone can answer this question very beautifully. So what is the answer for this question? Facebook is the answer, right? So we'll go with the next question. Fill in the blanks. A little bit. If you just think no, you will be able to answer all the questions, just cross verify once. And remember, I don't want you to, I think I've told you many times, okay, in all other my videos. So ensure that when you're writing MCQs, just write one answer and then you go. For example, what is the answer for the first question? Let me ask, what is the answer for the first question? Did I ask you or not? Did I do this? Yes, no? What is the answer? Answer for the first question is going to be CPU. So write this. Option number is what? I don't remember the option number. Okay, it's going to be C. Let's consider. Okay, I don't know. We'll just check and then let you know. First, so you need to write this. And what is the second question answer? I really don't know the second question. Don't test my memory now. So let's consider the answer for that question was what? Okay, something was keys. I'll just take it. It's random. Okay. First question I remember very well. So only as I asked you, brain of the computer, right? So 1 CPU and 2 keys. Please give us space here. That's very, very important. Okay, it is easy for us to evaluate the marks. If you just write it here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 without leaving the gap, how to allocate the marks? Difficult, no? I have to come here and then allocate 1. I have to come here and allocate. It's difficult, and while counting there may be a mistake. So just leave one line space and then write it. What about the fill in the blanks? Is that you have to write everything? Definitely not, only answers. Okay, I've seen so many students writing the whole thing, and instead of marking, underlining this, they would have underlined something else and they've lost the marks. Answer is right, but the underlined word is different. Lost the marks. Now what is the solution for this? Just write only answers, no need to underline for the fill in the blanks, right? So what is it? Mapping is dash, mapping is data dash type. What kind of data type it is? Mapping means dictionary, dictionary means what? It's going to be an unordered data type. Unordered data type. Unordered data type means what? For example, I'm going to take an example like, okay, I'm just handling, okay, Shilpa CS. So my name is Shilpa and I'm handling CS. So let's going to create dictionary here, okay. So Shilpa CS, and let's consider, okay, let's consider one example. D is equals to Shilpa CS, and let's consider another example here. I'm just going to write it here, Rekha, and then I'm going to write it as bio. What is it? Very simple. I've just created one dictionary wherein I'm just mentioning the name of the teacher and then the respective subject handled by the teacher. Shilpa colon CS, Rekha colon bio. Here the way I've stored is first CS and then bio. When we say mapping, when we say dictionary, it means to say that it need not be in the same order. It's an ordered data type. Means you may get, when you're printing, for example, print D I'll give, no. When I give print D, it means to say that you will get Rekha first bio and then CS. Okay, first bio and then CS. Or Shilpa and then bio. Shilpa and then Rekha. So whatever it is, whether the way you've entered, you need not have to get it in the same way. Otherwise, if you can just recall the list and the tuple and the string, it is ordered collection of elements. Mapping dictionary is an unordered collection of elements wherein the order need not have to be same the order in which you've given. That's the point here that you have to keep in mind. Just remember that. Mapping is a data unordered type. A loop inside and another loop. A loop within a loop. Loop within a loop. Very simple nested loop. Okay, the first one answer is going to be this, and second answer is going to be this one, and third answer is Python function definition begins with Python function. So we would have started with many programs, no? Okay, at least you should remember this. It starts with def. Define the following. Define the, no, it's not define the following, I mean to say. Like any program you have to write using function means you just begin with def. Def means what? Defining the function. Okay, it begins with def. This is going to be the third one. Elements of list are enclosed in. Explicitly you have to write it. You can't tell that, the way I've told the tuple. Okay, it's not like that. Explicitly, the element should be included. Okay, not tuple. Okay, it's going to be this 1, 2, 3. It should be explicitly enclosed within the square brackets. Okay, we'll go to the 20th question. Dash operator checks that the element is, we're done with 19, right? Third is done. 1 minute. Third is done. Elements of list is what? Square. I've done with 4. So this I've done, this I've done, this I've done, this. 19th is what? Dash operator checks if the element present in the tuple and returns true. Else it return false. Okay, so I'm just checking for the duster, using the smart mode and then looking to the duster. What is it? It went off. Huh? No problem, we'll check. We'll. I have to write somewhere here, so I'll just say it is good. Okay, so we'll just do it now. So, it's so simple. I'll just Oh my God, a long time I'm doing this. Okay, so now we'll just come back to this 20th question. Dash operator checks if the element present in the tuple and returns true, else it returns false. That means what? If yes in myself is yes present in myself, there's a word called myself, there's a string. Is yes present in that? Definitely yes, it is true. So what does it return? So print true. You can give print, it returns that. If it's true only, it comes here. If it's true only, it will come there. So an in operator is going to check whether whether the element is present, is a member of a sequence or not. Is a member of a sequence or not means definitely it's going to be an operator. Okay. So we'll just go with the next slide now. So what's the next slide? Okay, so we'll just continue with the part B now. So part B, here we have 2 markers. So in this we'll be discussing all the 2 marker questions and how to write the answers also. So the very first question is what is primary memory, and give an example. So what is primary memory? So primary memory means basically it includes random access memory and then the ROM, that is read only memory. So here it's very important that you need to give and see how the allocation of marks is going to take place here. Means what is primary memory, that will carry 1 mark and example will carry another mark. So writing definition, and according to the question you need to write the answers. So what is a primary memory? It's a main memory that is used for storing the data and then the program. So when we say RAM, especially when we say primary memory and that too with the main memory, we always focus on the RAM. What is RAM? RAM is basically the random access memory. It's a temporary memory that stores the currently accessed, currently used applications. Currently executing programs will be stored in that particular RAM, that particular memory called RAM we call it. Okay, boot up instructions and all will be stored in the ROM. When they ask you to write about primary memory, it's both RAM as well as ROM. Give an example, any one example you can give here. Okay, we'll go with the next question. Mention the types of execution modes, okay, to run the Python coding. So how do you execute the Python programs? Very simple. We have 2 modes here. One is going to be the interactive mode, another is going to be the script mode. Interactive mode means what? I think you've observed here you have something called as a Python prompt. For example, I'm just going to write as what? A equals to 1, 2, 3 and I'm just going to print A. It's not like using print function I'm going to print it. I'm just going to give A. It gives the output. Interactive mode, it's an interpreter mode. It's basically a line by line execution that you already know. Instantaneously you will get the output, wherein we need not have to bother about saving and all. Okay, it's just I want to test whether this instruction is working or not. Okay, there this interactive mode is going to be very helpful for us. And what about the script mode? Script mode means you don't have any prompt as such. Okay, you have a white window there, especially if you're using this IDE platform. Of course, you can change the properties and colors as well. And usually the default classic mode I'm telling you here. So here you can just find out a new file wherein this mode is specially for typing the entire program and then execute. So this is not meant for saving. You cannot save in this. If you want to use it, why saving? To use future, right? Especially for future access, future retrieval. For that purpose only we save it, right? So here you can't do it. You can't do it. You can't save it. For example, I've done it. I've worked so many commands and all. I've tried it. Tomorrow I want to see it. It's not there. Whereas whatever the program you've typed it and you want to see it tomorrow means definitely if you can save it, you will be able to save in this. You have an option here for saving, but here you cannot save in the interactive mode. You can save it here. That's the point here. But you have to execute. There should be no error in the program. Only you can be able to run the complete program execution can be done. Okay, 2 modes are there. One is going to be the interactive mode, another is going to be the script mode. We'll go with the next 1 minute. I think. So we'll go with the next question. What is the next question? The next question is very simple. Write the syntax and example of simple if selection statement. Simple if or if selection statement they've called. So what is simple if or an if statement? Very, very easy. Based on a single condition, you will be able to give some statements. So what is it? It's going to be very simple. The syntax is written here. If the condition is satisfied, the below statements, one or multiple statements. It can be a single statement, it can be a multiple block of statements, multiple statements. Multiple statements we call it as a block here. And remember that in any of the selective statements, in any of the iterative statements, you need to have colon there. You need to have colon here. If the condition is satisfied, and rest of the statements will be executed. Very simple one example they've taken here. Marks equals to 75. Okay, one variable is declared and 75 is there. If marks is greater than 60, okay, if I've taken the marks greater than 60, in this case definitely satisfy the condition, this statement will be executed. Good score? Cool, right? Good score. So now what is it? If statement is basically what? It's going to be a single way branching. Okay, it's a single way branching. Okay, one condition, one statement, one block of statements. Based on one condition, I'm going to execute a certain set of statements. That is called simple if statement. Okay, let's start with this question now. 24th question. What is the difference between a local variable and a global variable? So what is a local variable and a global variable? It's pretty simple. You need to have a little bit knowledge about the function in order to understand this concept. So I told you function. What is function? A function is basically a subprogram. Okay, we are talking about the user-defined function here. I think you've learned in one of the videos. I think it's going to be in the fill in the blanks, wherein we use a def keyword for defining functions. So let's going to define one function. So whether you know or not, we can begin with def here. So def function name, I'm going to write a function name here, and I'm going to write something called as function 1, and then I'm going to take a variable called n here, and t is equals to n plus 5. I'm going to take it, and then I'm going to define, and I'm going to take the value of n here, int input, enter number, int input value, some value, whatever the user is interested, no? So that value is going to take it. I'm going to call the function. Okay, let me tell you here, because this is very important. This entire thing is known as, what is this entire thing? This entire thing is known as function definition. What? It's known as a function definition, and here we call it as what? This is going to be the beginning of the main program. Execution always starts from the main function. It starts from here. It takes an input from the user. Let's consider it's going to take a value as 6 here. And after that, what is this? This statement is known as, of course there is no colon here, this is called as function call. Okay, if your friend calls you for dinner only, then you will go. No, will you go just like that? No, if they call only, will go, in generally to say, right? So it's a function call, and this whole thing is the function definition. It's a function call. The program execution starts from the main function. Okay, even though we have lines before that, execution does not start there. Execution starts from the main function. That's why it is better to be more clear with the function definition. So where it gets ended up, see, the block has ended here, and then I've started with the same as that of the indentation as def. So here, if you have a confusion, you can just give one comment and then write main program here. Okay, so here there is a function. Here there is going to be a variable declared. I've taken a variable value as 6 here, and there is a function call here. Function call, what happens? The controller is transferred to this, executes it, and then it's come back. It will come back here. Now the question is, let's be specific to this question now. What is local variable and a global variable? A local variable is a variable wherein declared inside the function or a block. A variable which is declared inside the function within a block, it will become a local variable. Here, the example for local variable will be t, and this is also part of this function only, and this under this. Okay, let me take something else now. N1 I'm going to take. Can it be N? Definitely N it can be. But since I don't know to what extent you know it, that's why I'm making it more clear with the different variables so that the concepts become first thorough. Then you can go in depth. So what I've done, I've just taken a variable here, N, here N1, here N1, and it is T. Here, a variable that is declared within a function, within a block becomes a local variable. Within this, it is a local variable. T is a local variable, N is a local variable. What about N1, ma'am? N1 becomes a global variable. That means a variable that is declared outside the function, outside a block. Outside a function, outside the block means it becomes a global variable. That means this N1 can be accessed anywhere. This N1 can be accessed anywhere in the program. I can access here, I can access here, anywhere in the program we can access it. That is what the difference they've given here. Declared inside a function or block, declared outside all functions. Declared outside all functions. So if there is one function here, another function here, another function here, outside all the functions, if a variable is declared, we call it as a global variable. That means I can have a variable here, it's outside the function. That also becomes a global variable. Within a function means it becomes a local variable. How does it affect? That means if it's a local variable, I can access only in that function. This can be accessed only here. T becomes only here. I cannot access, I cannot give print T. It becomes wrong. It becomes wrong in the sense it gives an error. Undefined symbol error it will come. Very simple. There is a function definition. There is a function call. Any variable which is defined inside a function will become a local variable. Any variable above or outside all functions. Any variable that is outside all functions, that become a global variable. What about the scope? What about the accessibility? The accessibility is only within that function. The accessibility here throughout the program. I can access anywhere. That's the difference. We should be more clear. So if these things are clear, no, then the last main, if any question, such questions come, you'll be able to do it in a very, 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 very perfect way. That's why I'm going in depth with respect to all these things. Of course, the differences you'll be able to write it just looking at it. If you go on like this, no, all clear concepts will be clear. Okay, we'll go with the next slide now. What's the next slide? Mention any two operations performed on the tuples. Remember, not functions. They're telling you here, they're asking you here the operations on tuples, not functions of tuples. Operations and functions are different. Operations means you have to tell you with respect to the concatenation, membership operations, and then repetition and slicing. These are all the operations with respect to list, with respect to tuples, with respect to strings. Everything is going to be the same. Everything same means what? Concatenation, membership, and then we have slicing, and then we have repetition is the same. But remember, these are all the operations performed. Okay, what is concatenation, repetition, everything we will be discussing in the coming slide. It is there in the 3 markers. Okay, we will discuss in detail. I think concatenation you'll be able to tell me now what is it? Concatenation means what? I love and myself. What is it? Repeat. I love and myself. What is it? I love myself. That means it's going to be concatenation. Joining of 2 strings is called what? Is called as concatenation. Right? So we'll go for repetition, repeating of strings. For example, if I give what? If I give it as, for example, in detail we have this, so we will be continuing because the same example also given in the next slide. So I just asked you about concatenation because I've already done that, isn't it? So we'll go for the next question. What is hacking? Hacking is what? Act of gaining the unauthorized data of the users. It can be network. It can be with respect to any kind of useful information of the user. If they try to access it without their permission, that becomes hacking. So they've given you the clear in definition here. Act of gaining unauthorized access to a computer, their network or digital system, anything that becomes an authorized way of accessing becomes a hacking. But what they've done, especially, they'll have lot many skills. They are very well equipped experts only. Their intention, depending on their intention, there are types of hackers. Depending on the intention with which they're going to use their skills. Okay, we classify the hackers in terms of 3 types of hacking. One is going to be white hat hackers, black hat hackers, and then we have a grey hat hackers. Okay, they have not asked you the definition, they have not asked you the types as such, but since it's going to be a 2-marker, you can also mention the types, it will be better. One is for the definition, another is for the types. So when hacking is done to improve the security, to know the loopholes of the system, so that we can rectify it. It's with a good intention, So we call them as white hat hackers. With the malicious intention, bad intention to steal, okay, to take the data from them and to do for money's sake, okay, for monetary benefits if they do it with the wrong intention, just to to bring their to harm them in different ways, right? So we call it as what? We call it as black hat hackers. Here, very simple. Depending on the intention, there are 2 types of hackers. Especially the more commonly used is white hat hackers, and then with a black hat hackers, and of course we have a grey hat hackers also, where they don't with an intention of to harm someone, okay, not with an intention to to find out the loopholes and to inform them. Just for fun they wanted to try it. Okay, I've learned the skills, I just want to try it out. Nothing, no damage also. It's like just for fun. So we call them as grey hat hackers, right? So we'll just go with the next question. Give any 2 legally protected IPR methods, intellectual property rights. What are the different methods we have? So we have copyright, we have a patent, and we have a trademark. Copyright is basically with respect to what? Okay, it's with respect to any kind of, it can be with respect to movies, or it can be with respect to any kind of software. Okay, it can be with respect to artistic, some creative artistic work, or with respect to literature. Okay, maybe with respect to, you've written some book and then you want to copyright that. Okay, so here 60 years. Okay, it is the lifetime of the user plus 60 years they give it. That's the copyright, the duration, I mean to say that. Okay, what about patent? Patent especially for 20 years only. Only for 20 years you're supposed to apply it. Patent and copyright, the difference is that automatically if it's your creativity, you have done it, automatically the right, the authority, you have the authority, okay, you are the owner for that. Okay, you need not have to apply for it. Patent, you need to apply, legally you need to apply for it. Okay, it's granted for 20 years, and later on, if someone, because basically for the inventions and only they'll give this patent, and especially you have, it's only for 20 years as I told you, and after that you need to do some servicing. That's the intention, okay. And the whole community should also get benefit after certain years. Okay, you've got all the popularity and also recognition, also monetary benefits, also everything you've got it, and after that you're supposed to have some service mind. That's what they say. So after 20 years, it's not that you will always climb for it. Okay, after 20 years, it will not be applied. Okay, and after that we have a trademark. Trademark is about for the logos and for the slogans and all, we can use the intellectual property rights. Okay, we'll go with the next question now. Okay, so let's start with the part C. So part C is basically going to carry 3 markers. So 3 marker question we'll be discussing now. So write a note on cache memory. So the how you need to pronounce, it's going to be cache, not catch. It's not catching something, okay, it's cache. Okay, so what is cache memory? A cache memory is basically a temporary memory. It's a temporary memory, it's volatile memory. Okay, it's placed between a CPU and RAM. What is it? A cache memory is a memory, it's a temporary memory, it's a volatile memory that's placed between a CPU and the RAM, basically to increase the speed of accessing. For example, there is a CPU and it has to access the data immediately rather than going to RAM and then fetch the data. It has to access immediately, means the data can be present, can be alive. It's, the data should be present in cache for easy access. Okay, for frequently accessed data, we use the cache. What is it? So for frequently accessed data, we make use of cache here, of course to speed up this memory here. And we have different types of cache, that is L1 cache, L2 cache, and then the L3 cache also. And here you can just see here, first it is going to the CPU, is going to check its registers. See, we have a CPU and CPU has its own registers. It's going to check the registers, and after the registers it's going to check the cache memory, and after the cache memory it's going to check the RAM. And then of course, okay, if any data has to be fetched from the secondary memory device also, it checks the secondary memory devices. But any data a CPU is accessing, it's basically from the RAM. You cannot access, the CPU cannot, because these secondary memory devices are all a bit slow. It has to be, it should be synchronous with the speed of the CPU. That's why all the data has to be fetched from the RAM. So from secondary memory also, it has to be placed in RAM only, then you will be able to fetch it. Of course, the size, the capacity of the cache is going to be quite less when compared to that of RAM. Actually speaking, students, a cache is a type of RAM only. It's a type of dynamic RAM. Okay, it's a type of dynamic RAM only, we will call it. Okay, so we'll just go here. So what is cache memory? There are 3 points you can tell here. What are the 3 points? Very simple. Cache memory is going to be a temporary high-speed memory. Temporary high-speed memory, types of cache is there, L1, L2, L3 cache. And then after that, we have a point to remember here, frequently used data will be stored in this. Clear? So first is registers, then cache, then RAM, and then of course, finally is going to be the SD. So secondary memory devices, and from secondary memory, it has to come through RAM only, then you'll be able to access it. Okay, we'll go for the expansion here. The expansions is very simple. We have an ASCII we call, and ASCII, we'll pronounce as ASCII, and then ICIC is for integrated circuits, very simple. And ASCII is American Standard Code for information interchange. Even if it is given like this, information interchange, don't get confused. Okay, interchange information, it's information interchange. Okay, similarly we have an ISCII, Indian Standard Code for information interchange, integrated circuit. So applications of robotics, it's a very simple basic question they've given you, so you can just answer the questions here. Medical field, scientific research, military, defense, aerial applications, services, humanoid robots, okay, what do we call the Mars exploration, for example, in NASA and all, right? We have what we call, okay, it can be of any scientific. So cancel this. Okay, I'll just go back to this question and then come. Okay, so let's look at the next question that's going to be in applications of robotics. Applications of robotics is what? Medical field, scientific research, military defense, aerial applications, services and humanoid robots. These are some of the examples. You can give any application with the robots industries, any applications you can give for this. Okay. So then we'll go for 3 characteristics of good algorithm, and the most frequently asked question, students, I don't want you to miss out this. It's a very simple question. What are the different characteristics of an algorithm? Just remember this, you will be able to answer it. What is IPO? IPO, it's very simple, input process output. So it has to have some input. It has to have good algorithm, you need to have input. Any algorithm should have input, right? Okay, good algorithm should have input and it should have output. And the processing, how the processing should be done. Processing of the statement should be done in such a way that it should be very precise. It should be very precisely stated or defined without any kind of ambiguity, any kind of confusion. It should be precisely well defined. And what about uniqueness? Uniqueness here meant to say that each and every statement should be unique, and after that, remember that each and every statement should have an input from the previous statements. The result should always depend on the input that is given. It's taken from the usage, isn't it? Not something else. Okay, that's about uniqueness, very simple. And one more processing is going to be the finiteness. So what is P here? P is precise, unique and finiteness, input, output. So you know it. Okay, so what are the good Characteristics of an algorithm in a way you can remember this. That's why I told you. Okay, definitely should take an input. It should process. It should give out the output. Processing means it should be precise. It should be unique and it should be finite. That means it should not go for an infinite loop, endless loop, right? So you need to have some statements which is finite, right? That's the characteristics of an algorithm. So write a pseudocode to check whether given number is even or odd. Very simple. I need to take a number. That means to say input n, input n. After that, remember students, pseudocode algorithm are almost same. I don't want to make a confusion here. What is algorithm and what is pseudocode here? Algorithm is little more explanation with respect to like describing. You're going to describe the question or describe the statements in a more detailed way. Okay, pseudocode mainly uses the keywords there. So for example, we have input, we have process, we have compute, we have print, like that. Okay, is it same algorithm? Definitely it's not same, but I don't want you to confuse here. Very simple, you can just write pseudocode and algorithm the same. They're clearly told in the PU board also when I went for the orientation. But don't get confused pseudocode with flowchart, algorithm with flowchart, even though the almost the contents and all will be the same only, but the representation wise it will be different. You may not get the marks. Of course, that also depends on the teacher. So ensure that flowchart means flowchart, pseudocode means pseudocode only you need to give it. So what is it? The number is even or odd. How do you check it? Very simple. You just take an input n here, and after that, if a number is divisible by 2, then we say its number is even number, or else it's an odd number. So how do you check the divisibility of a number? Divisibility of a number. If I take a number 15, 15 is it divisible by 2? Divisible means what? You're taking a number and you're going to divide by 2. Okay, 2 sevens are 14 and the remainder. Remember here, when you're checking the divisibility means we are taking a number, dividing by the 2 and then check for the result. Check for the remainder. If the remainder is 0, then we say the number is divisible. Yes, of course, I'm going a bit slow so that the concept becomes clear to you. So what is it? Take a number, divide by 2. If you're getting a remainder as 0, then we say it is a divisible. Right? If you're getting 0, then we say it is a divisible. Else it is not divisible. If the divisibility, if the remainder is 0, then we say it's an even number. If the remainder is not 0, then it's going to be an odd number in always. So sorry, what did I write? What did I write? I wrote 0 here. See, there is my mind. So 15, it's going to be 2 sevens are 14 and the remainder is going to be 1. In this case, 15 is going to be an odd number. We similarly will consider a 16 here. So that means 2 8s are 16, the remainder is going to be 0 here. So whenever, whichever number you take, for all the odd numbers, the remainder will be 1, and for all the even numbers, the remainder will be 0. Isn't it? So very simple. You need to take a number and check for the remainder. Take a number, divide by 2 and check the remainder. How do you get the remainder? Very simple, make use of an operator called mod here. So if n mod 2 equal to 0. Can I put equal to here? Definitely no problem, because it's an algorithm, pseudocode, everything is fine, but not in the code. Since we follow with the code, no, you write here also equal to, all the problem will be solved. Okay, equal to 0, then we say what? Then we say it's an odd number, it's an even number. It's going to be remainder. Mod gives you what? Remainder it gives. If n mod 2 is going to be 0, then it is going to be what? It's an odd number. Else it's an even number. Okay, anyway, it's not a, see, so we tend to, if you put colon also, no problem, but it should not be exactly the same way as we write it here. Okay, it's going to be an even. Okay, almost. Here it is not necessary that you have to write int input, enter the number. That should not be there. Somewhere here and there, if you write it colon and all, no problem. Very simple. Input number, if number mod 2 equal to 0 is going to be an even number. Okay, number is even, else the number is odd. Yeah. So we'll go with the next question now. The next question is what? Write the 3 rules for naming an identifier in Python programming. So what is an identifier? The name given to the programming element. What are identifiers? The name given to the programming element is called as an identifier. What are the names we can give? I can give a name called what? For example, I gave A equal to 1, 2, 3. Ma'am, what is A? A can be anything also, no? I've taken N is equal to 2, 4, 6. It's a number 1. I want to take another number, that also I can take it as an N1 here, right? And similarly, I have a function here. I want to call a function as the largest function. I will take it as largest. So here we have a name given to the programming elements like function, it can be variable, okay, it can be a class. These are all what? Identifiers. While giving a name for the identifiers, we have a certain rules that you need to follow. The first rule says that it should not begin with a number. That means I can't write a number like this. I can't write 1N, it's not possible. 1N is not possible. So that means you can begin with an alphabet or an uppercase letter, lowercase alphabet, and even underscore as well. The only special character that is allowed is underscore. Nothing, no other special symbol is used. It should not begin with a number. You cannot have a space in between. I can't write it as second largest. I can't write it as the second largest here. Is it clear? There's a space. I can't take, especially with respect to the students, the linear search. They'll give a space. So this is not a valid rule. Sorry, it's not a valid rule. The rule says that it should not be space, but you've given a space. So it's violating that rule. Violating a rule, it will give an error. Clear? So what is it? It should not begin with the number. Very simple. It can begin with an uppercase, lowercase, or an underscore. And here it can be of any length. Remember that point. It should not begin with a number. That's more important. Okay. And then it should not be a reserved word or a keyword. It should not be that. And special symbols. No other special symbol apart from underscore. Just remember that only special symbol that is allowed is underscore. Clear? So we'll just go with the next question now. So define repetition, membership and slicing. So what is membership operator? A membership means what? I just told you an example here. If S in myself. If yes in myself means what? E is yes present. E is yes present here. Yes, it is present. Then it's going to return true. If it is not present, it's going to be returning false. And similarly, we have a concatenation. Concatenation anyway they have not given. Concatenation in case if they ask you to explain about the operations of strings, you can write that. They are given only this much. Repetition means what? Let's consider that I'm going to write it as what? I'm going to write it like this. India star 3. What is India? India is a country. What is it now? India is a string. India is a string, and then we have a star 3. A star is a repetition operator. Here what is the output? It repeats India 3 times. It repeats India, it prints India. For example, what is the output? The output will be like this. India, India, India. So it's going to print the string 3 times. That's a repetition. Slicing, I think we've already seen. That means how is the slicing? T of 2:7. 2:7. Extracting a string, extracting a tuple, extracting a list from the given original list or a tuple or a string is called as slicing. Clear? These are all the operations on strings. Same thing goes for list also, tuple also. Okay, we'll go with the next question. That's going to be the part D. Part D is going to be 5 markers. It's very, very important. So we'll just go with the 35th question. Draw a functional diagram for computer system and explain its components that are given. It's the most repeatedly asked question. I want to be very thorough. Ensure that, see students, when you're explaining here, you need to write this functional block diagram that carries 1 mark, and each unit will carry 1 mark. each unit. Okay, we have an input unit, we have a CPU unit, and we have a memory unit, and we have an output unit. So each unit, so 4 units are there, each carries 1 mark. So 4 plus 1, 5 marks will be there. And remember, whenever you're writing about input, give some example for input device. Whenever you're writing a CPU, tell about the control unit, tell about the ALU here, and then memory unit, primary memory, give some examples, RAM, ROM, secondary memory, give some examples here. It can be a CD, DVD, okay, you can give that, and then hard disk, okay, you can give that, and output device also you need to give the example. It's very, very important how you represent your answer. That's very important. Don't write it as a paragraph as such. You need to write it. See, the question itself will be framed in so that easily you will be able to identify how I should write. So 4 units are there, each one will carry 1 mark. I should give an example, and then I need to write the block diagram. So 1 plus 4. So like this you should understand how to write, and then you write the answer. So it is easy for you to properly get the marks also. So we'll go with the next question. What is an operating system, and mention the functions of an operating system. Very simple. They've just asked you to write the functions. Just write the functions. That's all. So what is an operating system? An operating system is going to be what is the main system software. Operating system is going to be the main system software, and remember here it acts as an interface between the hardware and the device. Okay, basically it acts as an interface between the user and the hardware, right? So we have one computer here, I'm the user, so I have to use this. We have a CPU here, we have a monitor here, I need to use it. I have to use it means I need to have some interface through which I'll be able to use the device. See, for example, I want to use some device here. Okay, say I'll not be able to communicate with that. If I have an interface wherein I can give some instruction and can read out something, then only it is easy for the user to work, isn't it? So an operating system is the main system software that acts as a resource manager. Resource manager means what? What and all it has to manage? We have a CPU there, we have an input device, we have an output device, we have a RAM here. There are so many memory, in general memory I'm talking about. All these other resources, the operating system is going to manage all those things. Secondary memory, primary memory, then we have a CPU, then we have input device, we have an output device. All these things it has to manage. Resource manager, controlling and managing all the hardware and software resources of a computer. Resource manager, that's why we will call it. Based on this only we have functions of an operating system. What are the functions of an operating system? Process management. A program and execution is called as processor. It is not processor, it is process. Each application, any program and execution, application is program only, no? So each program and execution is called as process. How do you manage all these applications when you're executing at a time? You want to listen to the song, you want to print something, you want to get notification. There's so many processes, simultaneously it will be happening. So how does it manage all the processes? Process management, memory management, file management with respect to secondary devices, with respect to memory management means with respect to the RAM here, especially RAM. Device management means input output devices, especially we handle with respect to the device drivers. Is it clear? So these are all the functions of operating system. Mention only, just mention, we not have to explain. Okay. So we'll go for big data. So big data and what are the characteristics of big data? And this is also the most frequently asked question in almost all the papers, even in preparatory, even in the PU board paper. Everywhere this question is repeated like anything. Ensure that you study and learn this question properly, and please write the answer in a proper way so that you will get all the 5 marks. So big data is an extremely large complex data generated in high speed from resources like, say, whatever you are using, whether using a mobile, whether you are using a smartphone, whether you are using in a computer or a laptop or a tab, or whatever you are using, whenever you are using an internet, obviously all your data, even a click, comment, post, everything is getting recorded. Because why are they recording? Because it carries in high business value. So this entire huge amount of data is called as big data. Remember that it's a large voluminous amount of data that gets generated whenever you use the internet is called as the big data. That you have to remember. Okay, whenever you're using the internet, whatever you're commenting, you're liking, maybe you are just viewing, I'm not doing anything, I'm just surfing, everything, each and every click, each and every scrolling, whatever you do, it's getting recorded. This huge amount of data, they have to record it, they have to store it, because it carries in high business value, and we call this data as big data. So what are the features, what are the different characteristics of this data? First of all, I'm telling you, large, voluminous, all should be V here. So it's going to be volume of data. Mention only they've given, you can just mention velocity, the rate at which the data is being produced, high velocity. And then we have variety of data. What is variety of data? Okay, what is variety of data? Okay, so what is variety of data? Variety means what? Different kinds of data, structured data, unstructured data, semi-structured data. Variety of data, we have veracity of data, trustworthiness of the data is more important. Just whatever that comes, you just can't keep processing, because everything, it is too important for you to process. Also, it takes a lot of memory also, and you need to have a lot of algorithms also. So trustworthiness of the data is also very important here. And value, high business value, I told you. So these are all the different characteristics of big data. All VVV, 5 V's, just remember that. Okay, we'll go with the next question. So what's the next question? The next question is going to be the different flowchart symbols and its functions. What are the different symbols and the flowcharts we have? We have start. Okay, we have a rounded rectangle, as such we can call it. This is going to be a start and end terminator symbol. And then we have a rectangle, especially for processing some. Okay, I want to write it as A equal to 30. Okay, it's like assigning, and I want to calculate something. Good. All these statements has to be put in the process, action symbol, and then we have a decision making, rhombus, and we have an input output data symbol. So we are representing the decision making, especially with respect to the rhombus. Okay, this is going to be the decision making. Remember, whenever we do with respect to decision making, is either with respect to okay, it is true or false. Okay, T and false, T for true and F for false. Remember that you need to write the T and F for false. Okay, if it's true, this sort of statement will be executed. As we told, no, if n mod 2 equal to 0, then it's going to be what? Equal to 0, then it's going to be an even number. It's equal to 1 means it's an odd number. So we need to make some decision here. And we have an input output, very simple. You need to have a parallelogram here for input output. An arrow, it basically shows the direction of the flow, okay, between the different shapes. We'll go with the next question. Explain 5 arithmetic operators used in Python. What are the different arithmetic operators? I think the most simple question of all the 5 markers is going to be this. So arithmetic operations, it's going to be an addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and we have something called modulus. What is this modulus? Ma'am, we have used this mod. Ma'am, instead of mod, can I use this? This is okay for the algorithm, and this should be there in the program. This should be there in the program. In algorithm also, we write this percentage, that will be better. You should not call it as in percentage, you should call it as in modulus here. That's going to give you the reminder. That's going to give you the reminder. Whenever you divide one number by the other, that's going to give you the reminder here. That's very, very important. Floor division. Floor division means what? Very simple. So that is going to give you the integer part of the number. Okay, for example, if I take it as 1.2, 1 by 2, sorry, 1 by 2 gives you what? 1 by 2 gives you what? 0.5. 1 by, ma'am, what is big deal in that? Yes, big deal is there. If I write 1 by 2, that is going to give you 1.5, especially if I write like this. Ma'am, we can't write it in the code. You have to write this only. 1 by 2 gives you 0.5. What about 1 floor division 2? That gives you the integer part. That means this will be 0. 1 by 2, how can it be 0? It will be 0 because whenever, in most of the applications, when we want to have only the integer part, not the decimal part, means we can make use of this floor division, which is very, very important. In binary search and all, I just want to find out the middle value of the list. Okay, then we're going to make use of floor division only. 1 floor division means it's going to be this part. See, 0.5 means what? This is the integer part. This is going to be the decimal part. So, floor division gives you the integer part. Okay, it just returns the integer part, discarding the decimal part. This part will be neglected, discarded. Understood? So, we will go for the exponentiation, exponent operator. That means 2 star star 3 gives you what, students? Star star means 2 times 2 star star 3 means what? It is just like this, 8, 2 into 2 into 2. Okay, it's in terms of powers, just in terms of powers, 2 into 2 into 2. So 2 star 3 means 2 into 2 into 2. So see what? 8. So how can you can't write like this? Okay, you have to write like this only. Exponential means it's going to be the rise is the left operand to the power of the right operand. Effectively, 2 star star 3 means it gives 8. Okay, we'll go with the next question now. What's the next question? What is the function? What are the advantages of functions in Python programming? I've just defined a function called largest. I've defined a function called function 1. So these are the functions. Ma'am, function means automatically remember that something called def. Okay, def swap. Def swap a comma b is equals to b comma a. That means the numbers will be swapped. The numbers will be swapped. A value will have the b value. B value will have the a value. Very easy to swap the numbers. So this, what are the use of these functions? I can write easily. No ma'am, why give this def swap and then do it? I can just write easily like this only. Why do you need this? Sorry. Why do you need this? Why do you need this? Function why? Function is a subprogram, is a named group of statements, so that easily you will be able to reuse it whenever you want it, debug it whenever you want it. It is easy to debug, easy to readability increases. See, I just have to use this code again and again, I have to write it again and again. 1 line code means I can write it. What if there are 1000 lines of codes and I have to use multiple places? Cut, copy, paste. You don't take tension, ma'am, cut, copy, paste. 1 line misses also, debugging becomes problem. Ultimately, our intention is to develop the application at a faster rate. Okay, this will ensure, and this is going to take the memory only once. You call it again and again. But in case memory efficiency will not be there if you write that instruction again and again. Again and again means what? Again and again, definitely the memory is not going to be used efficiently. It's memory efficient. Okay, you can use it, use the code again and again. Make a module, you can use in other applications also. Okay, I can just store it in one library function, I can use it whenever I want it. Readability increases. It's a clear indication, okay, this is doing swapping. Readability increases. Is the point clear? Any of the definitions you've given? Supports teamwork. You just divide the entire work. You do this, you do this, you do this, you do this, and just combine it and get one program done. No, if I do it alone, then there is a problem in debugging. For example, I have just to do addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. There is an error in the division. I'll just ask the person of division who has done that. No, you please sort out this for me. I will not tell the rest of them to do it. A mistake is there in division, you just do that. Teamwork, supports teamwork. If I divide the work, it is easy, no? We can develop the application quickly, right? Debugging becomes easy. Developing an application becomes easy. Maintenance also becomes easy. Like, you know, if a maintenance means what? Basically, if I want to improve my code, I have to add on something, I have to delete on something. it becomes easy. Function gives you a lot of advantages. Learning this is very, very important. Clear? So that's about functions as a named group of statements that is used to perform a specific task. As a named group of statements, it is intended to do a particular task. And these are the advantages of functions. Code length, definitely the code is reduced, right? Increases reusability, supports teamwork and memory efficiency. All these things you can write it. So we have different functions, built-in functions of this list manipulations that are given. Okay, so we need to explain all these things. So sorted function, sorted is very simple. It's going to sort the elements. What is big deal in that? Remember, how do you call the function? You're going to call the function just like this, sorted, that's it. Not L dot sorted. It's going to sort the elements either in ascending order, descending order, and returns a sorted list, returns a list. And how do you call it? Just sorted. It's a built-in function. It's a built-in function you will call just like this. Clear? And if I want to make it in a reverse way, you can just write a reverse equals to false. Okay, you have to write it like that. Reverse is equals to true means it's going to, reverse is equals to true means it's going to arrange elements in a descending order. If I just don't give any argument, it is going to arrange elements in an ascending order. Reverse true means descending order. Clear? We'll go for an append function. Append function means what? It's going to add each element. For example, L is there. Okay, I'm going to take ELE is equals to 2. 1, 2, 3 and 22 I'm going to take an element now because I've just taken. L dot append ELE means this element will be placed at the end. This element will be placed at the end of the list. Only single element it can append. It cannot append multiple elements. Only single element will be appended to the list at the end of the list. At the end of the list. Extend. It can append multiple elements. It can append multiple elements. The same thing will take it. L dot extend. L dot extend. I'm going to take it as 10, 20, 30. It's for function extend. For that I've given one list. So here what happened, to the same list I'm adding multiple elements will be appended. How? It will be like the same thing. I'm going to write it here. 1, 2, 3, 22, 10, 20, 30. Multiple elements can be appended to the end of the list using a function called extend function. Using an extend function. So what about this L dot append? Ma'am, you told only one element. That one element can be a list. One element can be a list also. For example, 10, 20, 30 if I give to this original list, then what happens? It will be 1, 2, 3, 22. After this, okay, after this, then what happens? It will be like this. As a list only it get appends, not as an individual elements. Append function adds individual one, takes a single element and appends to the list. Takes a single element and appends to the list at the end of the list. Whereas an extend function, it can add multiple elements. At the end of the list. Insert function inserts an element at a specific index in the list. Wherever I want it, I can insert the element. For example, I just want to insert 2. Okay, let's consider this a list here. I want to insert 5. I want to insert a 5 right here. That means what is the index? 0, 1, 2, 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. So that means 5 gets inserted here. Insert means append, extend always at the end. Insert means you can insert an element wherever you want. That is about insert. What about count? It returns the number of times an element present appears in the list. How many times the element is present? Let's consider an example. Here is 3. So I have a 3 here. I just want to find out how many times 30 is present. Okay, I just want to find how many times the element is 30 is present. 30 is present 3 times. So it is there. I just want to check whether 50 is there or not. 50, where is it there? It's going to give 0. I just want to check whether 1 is present how many times. 1 is present once. So number of times the element is present or not is given by the function called count function. And how do you call count function? Very simple. L dot count, insert function, L dot insert, extend function, L dot insert, extend function, append function, L dot append function. How do you call sorted function? Just sorted only. It's a built-in function. Just sorted, not as L dot sorted. Clear? We'll go with the next question. We'll take a break and then continue. Okay. Okay, so we'll start with the part E. Part E, basically it's going to be 5 markers and it's very important. They're going to give you questions on some output production, and then we'll have some pattern printing, and then not exactly pattern printing always. So there's something related to the programming part, and of course it is based on the number system conversion also will be there. So we'll just solve the questions here. So we have 10010.101. It's going to be binary. Binary should be converted into a decimal number system. Binary should be converted into decimal number system means what? See, this 2 should be converted into decimal number system, and we have an 8 should be converted into decimal number system. Okay, and then we have 16 should be converted into, that means hexadecimal to a binary number system. Whenever you are converting, okay, whenever you are converting any number system back to decimal, that means what? You just multiply in powers of 2, multiply in powers of 8, and then add it. Whenever you're converting any other number system back to decimal, and any other number system to decimal, any other means what? Binary, octal, hexadecimal. To decimal means you just have to keep multiplying by 2, multiplying by 8, multiplying by 16. What about decimal to any other number system? Divide by 2, divide by 8, divide by 16. This is what you have to do. Multiply in terms of 2 and then add it. That is the logic you keep in mind. This is the exception sake. It's not any other number system to any other number system. So that we will take it later. So now we'll just go for here now. Okay, so we'll just go. What is this? 10010.101 we have. So this one, okay, so we have 10010.1. Okay, 10010.101, 101 is there. So what I told you, it's going to be binary to decimal. Binary to decimal we have. I told you multiply in terms of 2 and then add it. That means what? You just multiply in terms of 2 power 0, 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 2 power 3 and 2 power 4. What about this? It's the negative index. 2 power minus 1, 2 power minus 2 and 2 power minus 3. Okay, wherever 1 is there only you have to consider, because all the zeros multiplied by 0 is going to be 0 only. I am going to consider this, this, this and this. What? 1 into 2 power 4 plus 2 into 2, 1 into 2 power 1 plus its dot 1 into 2 power minus 1 plus 1 into 2 power minus 3. That means what? 16 plus 2 dot 1 by 2. What is 2 power minus 1 is 1 by 2? No, 1 by 2 plus 1 by 8. 1 by 2 plus 1 by 8. So you can just consider here, this is 18. 18, what is this? 0.5 plus 0.125. That will give you what? That will give you 18.625. That will give you 18.625. It's a very simple thing. I told you, any other number system back to decimal means you just have to multiply in terms of 2, multiply in terms of 8, multiply in terms of 16 and add it. You will get back. Okay, so now we will go for the next question. Let me just erase this and check. So what we have, this is going to be 24.13. Let me write the question. You write the question properly so that you will have a clarity. See, this I have to convert into this. Any other number system to decimal. That means what? Multiply in terms of 2, 4, 2, 8 and 16, right? So it's going to be 8 for decimal number, sorry, octal number system. 2 into 8 power 8 I'm going to write, plus 4 into 8 dot 1 into 8 plus 3 into 8. I'll write it. I'll just fill the parts now. What? 8 power 0, 8 power 1. What is this? In terms of negative powers, minus 1, minus 2. Is the point clear? Very simple. It's going to be 16. It's going to be what? It's going to be 32. Sorry, 4. 4 dot 1 by 8 plus 3 by 16. Okay, so the answer they've given here, 8 power 2, sorry, 16, 8 square, 8 into 8, it's not 8 into 2, it's going to be 8 square, it's going to be 64. What is the answer? 16 plus 4, 0.125, 0.46, 046875. Calculators, simple calculators, it is allowed, you can do this calculation here, and 20.171875 is going to be the answer for this. And now comes the question, any other number system back to decimal. So I'm just going to erase this now, and then we'll just okay, it's yellow color, huh? Yeah. Okay, so what is this? FF16 to binary. Okay, I have to do binary now. Very simple. What is that you have to do? What is F here? What is F? F is going to be 15, no. What is F? This is also 15, no. This you have to convert into binary, no. 15 means you know. What is the binary number system? So binary number system for 15 is going to be what? 4 times 1. And this is going to be 4 times 1. This is going to be this. Very simple. Right? So if you don't know this, I expect you to remember one table that's going to be very simple. Let me write the table right now. Hope everyone will get the clarity now. So what is that table? So it's going to be 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0. Okay. Okay, 3, this is going to be 0 here, students, and it's going to be 12, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, and it's 4 times 1. Okay, this is going to be 0. So this is going to be the binary part, and this is going to be the decimal numbers. Okay, this is going to be the decimal, and this is going to be the binary values. I'm writing here, binary values. This is going to be the decimal. Okay, this represents what? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. This is really not clear. Let me write it again. Okay, so this part, let me erase it off and then rewrite it. Okay, so okay, this is going to be 11 and this is 12. It's very simple. 1100 and 13 is 1101 and 14 I'll write it here. So it's 1110 and 15 is going to be 4 times 1. Ma'am, how do you remember this? It's pretty simple. How do you remember? 8 zeros, 8 ones. 4 zeros, 4 ones. Repeat. 8 zeros, 8 ones, 4 zeros, 4 ones, 4 zeros, 4 ones, 0, 00, 11, 00, 11, 00, 11, 01, 01, 01. How do you remember it? 4 times 0, 8 times 0, 8 times 1, 8 times 0, 8 times 1, 4 times 0, 4 times 1, and 2 times 0, 2 times 1, and 01, 01, 01, 01. So remember this table, it is very easy in conversions. So how I have to write? 15 is there, 15 means 1, 1, 1, 1. I wrote it, another F is there, 15. Very simple from this. So what is this? This is going to be A, B, C, D, E, F. Hexadecimal number system means what? There are totally 15 digits. 15 digits or 16 digits. If I include 0, 0 to 15, 16 digits are there. It starts from 0 to 9, and from 10 onwards, we don't call it as in 10 anymore. We call it as an A, B, C, D, E, F. Remember that. Either small letter, capital letter, anything is fine. So you have to remember this table, then it will be easy for you to do these problems. Okay, we'll go with the next question. So what's the next question? Okay, the next question is going to be predict the following. This is going to be very important. Let's do in detail. X comma y is equals to 2 comma 3. Multiple assignments is possible in Python using a tuple concept. This is the tuple, this is the tuple. X will take 2 value. It means x equals to 2 and y equal to 3. X equals to 2 and let me erase it and okay, what is x? X equals to 2 and y equal to 3. Okay, x comma y is equals to x plus 2 comma y plus 3. That means, remember, whenever equal to is there means it performs that operation and then stores it back on the. What is x comma y? X comma y is equals to x plus 2. X is what? 2 plus 2 is what? 4 comma 3 plus 3, 6. What is the value? Okay, I'm just going to print here. 1, okay, I'm going to write as 1, 2, 3, 4, printer. Correct. This is 5th. Okay, what is this x comma y means? It's going to have this x takes value 4 value, y will take 6. So 4, 6 is the our answer. Print x comma y means, remember, comma will not come. You should write only 4 space 6. Comma will not come. It's basically a separator. Wherever a comma is there, by default the separator value is going to be comma. Whenever a comma comes, the space will come. Comma is there, no, here. Where is the comma? Comma is there, no, space will come. Clear? A equal to 1, A is equals to A plus 3. That means what? This is a shorthand operator. You have to write it as A is equals to A plus 3. What is A? A is equals to 1. What is 1 plus 3? 1 plus 3 is equals to 4. Ma'am, in this no comma is there, you need not have to confuse. Very simple. This is the answer. Second print statement, the answer is 4. 1 plus 3 is 4. Name equals to Python. Print hello comma Python. Now comma is there. Whenever comma is there, given space. That means what you should print? Hello will come as it is. Hello. Comma is there, no. So given space. So you give space here in Python. How many space will come, ma'am? 2 space will come. If there is a space here, then this space and this space, 2 space will come. This space and this space. Hello Python. Okay, both are strings. Okay, both are strings only. Okay, it is going to be string. Then A equal to 2, it is assigning, not checking. Print A greater than or equal to 20. It is doing comparison within the print statement. How to do it? We can have an expression even in the print statement. It is checking. You just check. If it's true, it returns true. If it's false, it returns false. A greater than or equal to 20. Yes, 2 is greater than or equal to 20 or not, you tell me. Definitely it's false. It returns false. False and kodutte, it is going to give in terms of capital F. Small hug babu, you should put capital F, A-L-S-E, false it will give. After that, we'll go for the 5th one now. X comma y is equals to 8 comma 6. values they've taken. Tuple is there, x equals to 8, y equals to 6. Done with that? And then you have to tell me the answer. What is it? Ma'am, what is this concept? Ma'am, we don't know. Do you know or not? You know? Very good. So I have explained this. So a comma b is equals to b comma a. Swapping the numbers. This number, okay, so this number will come to this variable, and this variable will come to this. What I am trying to tell you. Very simple. Let me explain with an example. A equal to 10 and b equal to 20 means the value of a will be stored. Whatever the value of b is there, no, 20 will be stored in a and the value of a will be stored in b. It just interchange, students. Swapping is interchanging the values of the variables. A will take the b value, b will take the a value. Is the point clear? That means a will contain 20 now, and after doing this b will contain 10 now. Now tell me, students, now tell me, this is something, this, what is it? This is a string as it is, the fifth one. Okay, as it is, x equals to what? X equals to, ma'am, comma is there, I'll give one space. Yes, you have to give one space. Then 6c here. Okay, there is one space. Okay, then y equal to, I mean, is there a space here? Definitely space is there. Huh? 1 minute. X space 6. Yes, there is a space. Okay, I'll just indicate the space like this. There is a space. Because after this also there is one space. Y equal to space and then what? There is a space and then y. Y is what? 8. This is how the output. Very simple. You know that x comma y is equals to y comma x means it's very simple. It's going to be what? Swapping only or interchange the values. 8 comma 6 means it will become 6 comma 8. 8 comma 6 means it becomes 6 comma 8. But the thing is that the spacing you should be very thorough in order to get out of 4. You will get 4 definitely. But in order to get 5, no. You will see all those things. Okay, we'll go with the next question. What is the next question? Very simple. You need to generate the pattern here. So how to generate the pattern? Very simple. How many rows are there? 5 rows are there. So we'll just take a look. Ma'am, repeatedly in every loop, in every row, I have to print the numbers. Repeatedly, I have to keep on printing the numbers from first row to 5th row. Right. So that's where repetition is there. We'll make use of a for loop. Okay, for I in range. So how does it begin? First row 1 value, second row 2 values, third row 3 values. That means it is starting from 1 till where? How many rows? I told you 5th row. We should have that values in the 5th row, definitely yes, but it will be excluded here in the range function. So take it till 6 and then you have to do what? I have to increment the value. Increment or not? Because first row 1 value, second row it is 1, 2, 3, all the 5 rows should be completed. No, if you negate it, then it will become wrong. Only 1 will be executed. So ensure that you have to put it properly. If I don't put also, that will be fine. Then if you don't put also, that will be fine. So anyway, by default, the step is going to be 1 only. Okay, and then after this, I'm going to do now for Jane. This is for how many rows and how to proceed. How many rows? 5 rows should be there. So I have to take 5th row also. I have started from 1 to 6. Can I take from 0 to 5? It will be fine, no matter. But I want the value of 1 also. First row only I need to have 1 value. Second row means I need to have 2 value. This can be considered very easily for the J loop. That's why it's better to take from 1 to 5, 1 to 6 rather than 0. Okay, so how do you proceed this? For J in range, 1 comma I plus 1. First row means 1 value. 1 means what? 1 only. I plus 1 should be there. 2 means 2. 2 means 2 only. 2 should print no, that's why plus 1. 2 should also see 1 row means 1 value. If it is 2 only, 1 will come. If it's 2 only, 1 will come. 2 means I should print 1 and 2, and here it should be 3 only, then 1 and 2 will come. That's why this is going to be I plus 1. What I have to do? Print, keep on printing J. That's it, no ma'am, what else? but it should come one after the other, no, not one below the other. One below the other definitely, but when you're printing one row, let's consider I'm printing this. Let's consider I'm printing this. Then it should be have some space and then print, right? So I should print j comma end equal to space. At that time, the value will be printed once, one after the other, in the same row. Okay? After. So very simple for j in range. That means for the first row, it is going to print what? One only it will print. One space it will print. One space. Space I am indicating with an arrow. Second loop it will go. Okay, second loop it will go. So what is the value? 2. Okay, it does not satisfy the condition. It will come out of this. It has to come out of the condition. Once it come out of the condition, see, it is 1 is there and this is going to be 2. 2 less than 2 does not satisfy the condition. So it has come out of the loop. Once it comes out, after printing this one, what I should print? It should go to the next line. No, for going to the next line, we will take one print here. Going to the next row, first row this is students. Second row means it should go to the next line, one below that. For that, you need to have one print statement that will give you 1/n. One enter key it will press. It's like an enter key. It will go to the next line. New line character we can call it. It's an escape sequence we can call it. It will take the cursor to the next line. It will come here. Now what is the value of I? I becomes 2. 2 is less than 6. It satisfies the condition. It becomes what? Now it is 2 plus 3. Now it will become 2 plus 3. 2 plus 3 means what? It is 3. 3 means what? It will print 1 because it starts from 1, no? 1 it will print, space is there, 2 it will print, space is there, that's it. It will become 3, and when it becomes 3, what happens? 3 less than 3 does not satisfy the condition, comes out of the loop. Similarly, it will come out of this, print will be executed. Very simple, students. You have to remember here, pattern means just see the rows. See the rows. Is it okay if I take from n to 1? N to 1 is that I have to take it, or 1 to n, or 0 to n. There are so many ways for taking for 5 loops, 5 iterations. Which one will be best? I can make use of I value here depending on this. If I use 0, then it is of no use, or otherwise I have to make some changes here in the code again. This is more easy, relevant. Is the point clear? So I think we have done with all. So remember here, so they have given the mark allocation here. This is for 1 mark, this is for 1 mark, this is for 1 mark, and this is going to be for 2 mark, totally 5 marks here. And that's all for the, like for the model paper, it's done. So please do, post comments and give some reviews so that there is a scope for improvement. For the next coming videos, what all the improvements we can make it. Definitely will inculcate and we can improve. Thanks.